Hello everybody, it's Dana and welcome back to my channel, and this is going to be our first video of MERMAY. So I was really contemplating if I wanted to participate in MERMAY or not, just because it really did sneak up on me. As you can tell, this video is coming out on the 2nd instead of the 1st, but I did do this drawing on the 1st, and I'm going to try to do a video every day for my process, but we'll see how that goes. And if not, I'm still going to be participating, so you could see all the drawings on my Instagram. And if I can't get a video out every day, then I'll just do like a weekly compilation of the work that I've done. So let's get into the actual drawing. So right here you can see me like thumbnailing ideas, and so I'm going off of the official prompt list just because I like, for whenever I do challenges, I like it to be a challenge, so how the original person intended. So if I were to do Inktober, which I usually don't just because it conflicts with my schedule so much, if I were to do Inktober, I would usually do the original prompt list instead of like one made up by somebody else. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I just choose not to do it. So the word choice sorry, the prompt for day one was celebration, and so I had a couple ideas as you saw me sketching. Of course, the one that most people would go towards is receiving a present or a birthday, and I thought that would be really cool, but I also wanted to play with dynamics a little bit, and so I decided I wanted a mermaid who was late to a party, so you could get some good action lines in there. So originally I wanted her body going like straight, like her head and her neck and the rest of her body in the same line, but I decided to do this drawing in portrait instead of landscape. If I wanted to do the straight line, I honestly should have done it in landscape, but I am a person who really likes order and I really like consistency, so I wanted all these drawings to be in portrait basically. So I decided her tail would curve down a little bit, which isn't a problem, and then midway through the sketch I decided maybe she should be looking at a watch to like push the idea that, oh, she's late, instead of she's swimming through with like some balloons following her. So I decided to have her look down at one of her wrists to see a watch, and then she'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm late, and so then the other hand would be holding the balloons basically. I had no idea what I wanted to do for like the character, like her features, and I was thinking I wanted a consistent character to use throughout MERMAY, just so it'll be easier for me. I wouldn't have to think of completely different designs, and I could just focus on the pose and the environment rather than the character. So when I draw mermaids, I usually I try to make them a little bit more elf-like in a sense. So I give them pointier ears, but they also have like these parts that flare out to make it look more like fin-like or fish-like. And then I usually give them like an upside down nose where the nose is only like 2 holes, but I really wanted to give this one more human features just because I wanted her to be very cute. So I gave her some chubby cheeks, and then I gave her this big long nose. I think it's so cute. And then I decided to give her big lips as well because fish, their lips are prominent, and also I just think it's really cute character design. So here she is, that's our girl. She doesn't have a name, and while I was drawing this, I was trying to think of a name for her, but nothing was coming to my mind, so I've just been calling her Sweetie because she looks so cute and so nice. But if you guys have an idea for a name, please let me know in the comments. So yeah, you can see me sketching here, and for her hair I already knew what I wanted to do. After I made my like braid tutorial video, which you can watch, after I made that, I loved these like giant plaits, and I love them, I really do. I know the specific name for this hairstyle would be lion tails. It's basically where you have braids, but then towards the end you let the hair go, and when you have curlier kinkier hair, it puffs up so it kind of looks like a lion tail, and I just think that's such a cute style. If my hair was long enough, I would do it, so I decided to give it to Miss Sweetie over here. Eventually I adjusted the one on the right because like the ponytail wouldn't start from there, so I moved it a bit back. I should have moved it farther back in all honesty, but it still works. It's not that bad. We can always redraw her. And so here I was just trying to decide on what I wanted to do for her clothes. For her clothes, I didn't want to do too much. Like, I didn't want to give her too many things because obviously mermaids are underwater, and if I were to have it my way, she wouldn't really be wearing any clothes. But I do know, like, I just don't want to really get into that, so I decided to give her like a sweetheart top, which I think is really cute. I was trying to go for like a more heart motif to make her look even sweeter, so you can see on her tail and her fins, like they kind of look like hearts but not really. Well, that's what I was really trying to go for. And then for her arms, I decided to give her separated arm puffs. They kind of remind me of little floaties that children use when they're swimming, and I also think they'd be really cute. So right around here is when it started going south. I loved the sketch and I lined it, and I didn't record that. Sorry, I just think line art is pretty repetitive. Like, once you see the sketch, you've seen the line art. But this is when it started going downhill. So I wanted to use watercolors because mermaids, watercolor, and also because this is a traditional piece and I really wanted to practice my watercolors. But the thing is with my desk, so I don't think anyone really knows. Basically I bought myself a new desk, and it's really cool. It can be used as a standing desk, and it can also be used as a drafting desk, so the table can tilt forward basically, which is really cool, and I really enjoy it. It's great for drawing, especially like if you have distortion issues when the page is lying flat. This really helps knock some of those out, which was what I was really hoping for. But at the same time, if I were to use watercolors, then the paint would like drip down the page, which is not what I want at all. So I thought it would be safer to just use these watercolor markers, and they're Tombows. And honestly, I really do like Tombow markers. I've used them for like a year or two, and I use them all the time in my sketchbooks, but I haven't used them in their water form in a very long time. Most of my art recently has been digital, just because I can take digital anywhere I go, and whenever I do commissions, they're digital commissions. So honestly, I have been neglecting my sketchbook and traditional art for a really long time, but I thought this would be good practice. But I ruined this drawing because it was just, I wasn't working with it the way that I needed to. Honestly, if you don't know how to work with water-based pens, it can be a really frustrating experience. So you can see me right here. I'm just going over that area just with the clean marker because I knew I'd get a flatter image if I just went over it with the marker, and I was pretty disappointed in myself. This isn't the first time I've tried to do drawing with these Tombow pens. Like, I've done it before and it's turned out good before, so that's why I was pretty disappointed, because I knew I was able to do it, I just didn't, which hurts honestly. But I still like the drawing towards the end. Honestly, it could be so much better, and I really might take it into digital and fix it up because I really do like this piece. But honestly, you live and you learn. We'll learn what we want to use next time, and hopefully it is more successful. But yeah, so you can see me, I'm going over the skin to try to make it less patchy. When I took the purple marker, like, I knew it was going to be a little streaky because that's just how water-based markers are, but I thought I could smooth it out if I took some water going over it, and that didn't really solve the issue. So I tried to go over it with another marker, and it kind of worked but kind of didn't. So we live and we learn. And also I decided to make her lips a different color because she just seems like the type of gal who would just wear like lipstick. So yeah. So as we're drawing close to finishing this drawing, I think I will take it into digital. I don't think it will take too long for me to finish it, and maybe I'll post it, maybe I won't, but we'll see. Here I'm working on the tail, and I'm already pretty discouraged with using these water-based pens, but I honestly just had to push through towards the end. I wasn't really sure about which colors that I wanted to use, so that's why the colors aren't bad. It's just not something that I would usually like go towards. So to finally like save this drawing, I was like, well, maybe we can do an ombre tail. Like mermaid tails are really long, and if it's just one solid color, sometimes it can get a little boring, especially for like a one-off illustration. So I usually like to do ombres, but I was already nervous because I wasn't really working well with these water-based pens, so just actually trying to make something that wasn't patchy was a little scary. But it was sort of successful, like kind of successful. I went over it again as it got kind of like spidery, like webby, and honestly this drawing has just showed me I need to work more in my traditional mediums and get more comfortable with using them. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really enjoyed making it, and I hope you stay tuned for the rest of May. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Even if I don't upload a video, I will always post my mermaids on Instagram. And also you can follow my Twitter if you want. I'm kind of annoying on there, but if that's something you're into, you can check it out. Thank you for watching. Bye.